Superstars from Raw and SmackDown will be confined inside of WWE's most physically demanding structures on Saturday, February 18th. The Elimination Chamber will establish other champions and challengers for the biggest show of the year, going down in front of what should be a crazy crowd in Montreal for the final major show before WrestleMania 39. Keith, before we get to our predictions, what are your thoughts regarding the Elimination Chamber?
I am stoked for this pay-per-view. I think for nothing else than the fact that it's so cool that it's still, there was like all the rumors a little couple months back and stuff that they're going to do away with, event like specific branded kind of pay-per-views like this, but they haven't with Elimination Chamber because the Chamber's awesome. But it's also kind of cool that like the Chamber matches in this one are almost like secondary. It's not like, oh, there's an Elimination Chamber for this title and for this one and for this one. There's two of them that have awesome stakes to them, but they're not like there. We all know why we're really going there.
Exactly. The main event, Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. That is true too. And it's really something else to think about, that the name of the PLE is Elimination Chamber, and it's kind of like on the back burner.
I think what they'll end up probably doing is like bookending the undercard. One of them will open the show probably, and then we'll get the other two kind of in between matches. Then we'll get the other one and then the main event.
All right, Keith, let's get to the first match of the night. Edge and Beth Phoenix going head-to-head with Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. Long-term storytelling here. Rhea delivered the concerto to Beth last year, forcing Edge to say, "I quit," and losing a match to Finn Balor. Things are heating up, and this match is going to bang. What do you got, buddy? Let's hear it.
I think I'm going against the tide probably here, but I think Finn and Rhea are taking this one. I feel like they have to, because every single interaction we've seen with Rhea, Edge, and all this kind of, and Beth leading up to this, Rhea has had Beth's number. Outside of like when Beth like jumped her from behind at the Rumble, Rhea's had her number. Even up to this past week on Raw, Beth was gonna glam slam Dom again, and Rhea came out and scared him off. So yeah. Story, natural progression says they're gonna take it. I think they need to too. I don't think Rhea needs the win, but it's going to be better for Rhea to look strong going into Mania to make it more of a thing for, when she beats Charlotte.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to disagree maybe more than once tonight, but
absolutely.
In my opinion, the promos have been on point, and it looks like payback is finally going to happen at the Elimination Chamber. I got Edge and Beth. People say that Rhea cannot lose before the big match at WrestleMania against Charlotte Flair, and that maybe if Rhea pins a legend, it might make her look stronger. But like you said, breaking news, she doesn't need a boost. She doesn't need something to boost her into WrestleMania. And this might be a good way to say, hey, it's Rhea and Rhea only. I don't know. I don't think they're going to break up the Judgment Day, but I think Rhea's going to be on the road kind of by herself, but not really. I think they're trying to make a big picture here saying Rhea is the challenger. So I don't see it, and I think this story needs to continue, and the way to continue is to have Beth and Edge win here. So I got Edge and Beth winning, beating Finn and Rhea.
I respect it. I feel like this one was the biggest coin flip for me. I went with my gut with Finn and Rhea, but it could really go either way. Both results would make like total sense. So yeah, because there's also a way that they lose where Finn takes the pin. Rhea's preoccupied outside, doesn't realize that he got rolled up. She can't get in to break it up or something. You know what I mean? Like there's ways to keep her strong. Yeah. Like she doesn't have to lose. But like I said, coin flip. I'm going with Rhea because I love Mom.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Well, let's get to the next match in a highly anticipated clash of the Titans. Lashley will once again go head to head with Brock Lesnar. As of right now, Keith, this is just a singles match, and that's what I've been wanting for months, maybe even years. It's always been something with the stipulation, and it's just like, okay, we got these two guys in the ring. We don't need a chamber. We don't need a Hell in a Cell. We don't need a cage. We just want them to fight. I really, really cannot wait for this match. Keith, let's hear what you got.
I am going Bobby Lashley here. This is another tough one for me, because it's the rubber match. You can kind of go either way. But I think this is another one, kind of like we were just talking about with the mixed tag. I feel like Bobby will benefit more from the win to come out on the top of the series with between the three matches with them. I love Brock. Brock can take a loss though, especially with him being more or less a part-timer at this point. I hadn't heard anything about him coming back to a more regular schedule. I know they're talking about, there was rumors of potentially building to him and Gunther at Mania, which would be awesome. But even if that's the case, you don't need Brock to win to do that, to build to that still. Like there's, we got time in between. They can get to that their own way. I think Bobby taking it helps better everything. Bobby looks stronger. I think it also helps another claim for like Bobby wins it and MVP kind of comes along again and just like, listen, man, I know you don't even need us, but like we need you, Hurt Business, back together. Something like that.
Yeah, I dig it.
So I'm going Bobby.
I dig it. 2 for 2 here, Keith. I am disagreeing.
I love it.
I think Lesnar needs to look strong as much as they both are big, meaty men. I think Lesnar needs to win here so they can catapult him and Lashley to WrestleMania. And to have someone like Lesnar win could be a good thing for the media outlets to, publicize that Lesnar beat Lashley. And now we're getting a WrestleMania match. So just for that reason only, since he's, at one point in his time with the company, he was the face of the company. He's still there. He still has a big name. I got Lesnar winning here at the Chamber and then face-to-face Lashley and Lesnar at WrestleMania. And you got to do it. You got to pull the trigger and have Lashley beat Lesnar at WrestleMania. Boy, oh boy, this is going to be a good card. Any last thoughts before we get to the next match?
I think the real winner in this match is all of us for watching the big meaty boys beat each other senseless. So it's literally win-win. Even if I lose this one, I still win.
Let's get to the next match. This is for the United States Championship. Austin Theory is your champion, and he is challenging Seth Rollins, Johnny Gargano, Bronson Reed, Priest, and Montez Ford in the Elimination Chamber. It was announced on January 30th episode of Monday Night Raw that Theory will defend his U.S. Championship inside the Elimination Chamber. Qualifying matches took place over the next few weeks, putting many familiar faces in the mix. Keith, this is going to be an ass-kicking match. Let's hear it, buddy. What do you got?
This and the other chamber match were the hardest ones for me to pick, I think, far and away. For this one, my head says Theory, my heart says Rollins. I'm going with the head. I think Theory's going to come out of it here. I kind of want Rollins to, but I think I'm afraid to say that I want Rollins to, but I know Rollins is going to feud with Logan Paul. I think Logan Paul at Mania is the feud that they're building to. I don't think that match needs a title on the line. Even if people think that it does, then I'll change that answer to be I don't want a title on the line for that because I don't want fucking Logan Paul having a championship yet. He's fine. I don't hate him as much as a lot of people might. He does really good in the ring. He's kind of a scummy person, but that's neither here nor there. I don't want him fighting for a title yet. He's still at like that celebrity level. He's not like settled in yet where like Ronda did. Like Ronda came in and was a big celebrity. I didn't want Ronda to have a title as soon as she came in. I wanted to see her beat the shit out of Stephanie McMahon, and she did, and she won us over then and everything like that. Let me get into Logan. Let me like understand more and like let him become more WWE than YouTube celebrity, and then I'll talk about a title for him. So Theory's winning this because I don't want Rollins and Paul fighting for the title at Mania.
Keith, let me see if I can change your mind. Johnny Gargano is the best option here. Seth is in a storyline with Logan Paul. Priest and Montez Ford are part of tag teams, so that doesn't make sense. And then you got Austin Theory and John Cena. I don't think Theory needs a title once he goes one-on-one with John Cena at WrestleMania. So why not give it to Johnny Gargano? I think he deserves it. I mean, yes, I would love to see Montez Ford win it. I think he's an underdog. It doesn't make sense for me with the tag teams and then Logan and Seth. And then you got Austin Theory. I mean, you don't need the title, but it could happen. So I'm going to stick with what I said and go with Johnny here. Johnny freaking wrestling, baby.
You kind of did flip me. I'm not going to change my answer here. I'm going to stick with what I said, but I completely forgot about Theory Cena at Mania. That also falls in that category. Doesn't need the title. I still think Theory is going to keep it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, going through them all, that's why I kind of stayed there with Theory and Rollins of like heart and head kind of thing, because, you know, like I said, Rollins doesn't really need it. Priest and Ford, neither one of them. I love both of them. Neither one of them they don't need it right now. I don't think Priest should be the first one in Judgment Day to win a title. I think that should be Rhea. Ford, same thing. I don't want the Street Profits to break up, even though it seems like they're trying to go that direction, and it seems like a lot of people want that for some reason. I don't want that yet. I enjoy tag team wrestling, and they're a good tag team, so I'd like to keep them together. So then it comes down to Gargano or Reed.
Yeah.
I would love for either one of them to have it. Gargano's been around for a while. You're probably right in this one, but I'm going to stick with Theory. That's a bold choice, my friend. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to. And I forgot about Reed, too. It would just be too soon to even think about putting a title. Because he's doing a lot of work right now, just making himself a name with the WWE audience. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I believe that Theory is going to win. But God damn it, I want Johnny Gargano, so I'm going to stick with Johnny. I'm going to stick with him.
I hope I'm wrong on that one.
Yeah,
I hope you're not even that. I hope I'm wrong. I hope you're right on that one.
Yeah. Yep.
Genuinely, I do.
Let's get to it. The next Elimination Chamber match: Rodriguez, Nikki Cross, Morgan, Asuka, Natalya, and Carmella. Adam Pearce announced that Bianca would defend the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania 39 against the winner of the #1 contender Elimination Chamber match. And this is it. And honestly, I don't know where you go. I mean, you look at the competitors: Nikki Cross, no. Liv Morgan, no. Natalya, come on. She had her time. Carmella, she's a great athlete, but I don't think it's her time. And that's the same thing with Rodriguez. I picked her to win the Rumble. I still think she has a bright future. But right now, I think the most momentum is behind, are you ready? Asuka. It just makes so much sense to me. She is the #1 contender, and she is the person I want to see go one-on-one with Bianca. What do you got, buddy?
This is another one that was a very heart and head situation. My heart is with you, Asuka. I want her to be it. I want Asuka and Bianca to fight at Mania. I do think it could go that way, but my head feels like they're going to go with the pushing new stars, use the newer star to put the newer one over, and I think Raquel is going to win it. I'm totally with you with the rest of them. Liv is like, maybe she might, probably won't, but maybe she could because they might still be pushing that agenda. I don't really know.
Yeah.
Nikki hasn't had enough going on for it. I love Nikki Cross. She hasn't had enough going on really to like make it feel like she might win. Natalya is just there. I have no hate for Natty, but she's not a thing. Whenever she takes a title, she took the SmackDown title. When the hell was that? Like 2 years ago? Does anyone remember that exactly?
No.
Carmella is the only other one that I could see happening because she just came back and they might be trying to strap it to her and, you know, her and Corey Graves and all that kind of nonsense. So maybe her, but I want it to be Asuka. I think it's going to be Raquel, though.
Buddy, let's get to the main event, Mark Henry style. It's for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns, your tribal chief and the champion, will go one-on-one with Sami Zayn, and baby Sammy is home in Montreal. This is going to be amazing. This is what we need. I don't know if it's going to be the payoff. I hope not. I think trickery is going to happen. I think Cody's inserted into the storyline now, and things are going to be fun. I mean, the promo that Sammy and Cody had last week was just phenomenal. I can't wait. But I mean, look at this. This is Hollywood story writing. You go into someone's hometown and you beat them. That's it. There's no way at all that Roman Reigns loses at Chamber. I mean, come on. Let's be realistic. Selling the tickets for Mania. You want the tribal chief on the posters, on the stadium. Roman is going to WrestleMania as champion. I got Roman here. What do you got, buddy?
Well, now it's finally my turn to try to change your mind, friendo.
Yes, let's hear it.
Sammy's going to win by DQ. So Sammy will win. He's not leaving with a title, but he will win the match, technically. Haven't really figured out exactly how I think it's going to go down that way, but there's going to be some sort of nonsense. My gut thinks it's going to end up being something where match is going to go on just normal. The two of them, Heyman's at ringside, whatever. Sammy's going to have everyone and their fucking mother is behind Sammy, even more so because it's in Montreal. And we're going to be getting to a thing as it's getting more and more heated. Jimmy's going to come out to be at ringside. Maybe Solo does too. They're there, and match goes on for a little bit longer. And then Jay comes down, and it's like, maybe a little bit more level here because Sammy acknowledged Jay, and then Jay is going to be the one to hit Sammy, get Roman DQ'd. So Sammy will win by DQ, so no titles changing or anything like that. And I think the show ends with another beatdown. Maybe Kevin comes out to try to save Sammy, but, Sammy comes out, we have Kevin come out with, a chair or a Zamboni because it's Canada. They love hockey. Kevin comes riding out in a Zamboni, hits the ring, and starts taking them all out Stone Cold style off the top. Chases them all off maybe, and then we end with the two Montreal people soaking it all in. But, yeah, Sammy wins, but by DQ. So he doesn't get the titles. He's probably still gets his ass beat at the end, but, yeah.
Yeah. I think he did it. I think he changed my mind. There needs to be some sort of trickery at the end. It can't just be Roman. I mean, it can be Roman Reigns winning clean 1, 2, 3 on the mat, but it's just for the storyline to continue. That would be just another wrinkle in the storyline of, wow, okay, this is going on, and maybe Sammy has a chance, and maybe Sammy screws Roman, but we don't know. WrestleMania is. Go ahead.
No, I mean, no, I think it's going to end up being something like that to kind of build everything, because everyone and their mother has also been talking about, we're going to get Sammy and KO versus the Usos for one of or both of the tag titles at Mania also. So I think maybe this is where you start building that Jay returning on Jay returning on Sammy. So then him and Jimmy are back on the same page. They're still bloodline for life and all that and everything. So then they're there. If it is KO coming out, maybe not on the Zamboni or whatever, but KO comes out with a chair or a sledgehammer or something to fight them all off and save Sammy. They hug it out to give the happy ending at the end of, the Montreal pay-per-view. We have them aligned now, and then you start building the story again so that it's now Sammy and KO kind of gunning for the Usos, trying to just be annoying to Roman on the side of it all, while Roman is now focusing on Cody for Mania. And then you use that to build into Sammy and KO and the Usos at Mania.
I love it, man. I love it. This has been the 2023 Elimination Chamber predictions from your boys at the UW Pod. Before this video ends, we're going to show you another video. It's a little sneak peek of what is happening in the future for your boys at the Universal Wrestling Podcast. I am Nick. He is Keith. Thank you again for tuning in. You can find us on Twitter at the UW Pod and Instagram at UW Podcast. Peace.